Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I'm a relationship hack.
Run up and get touched up, suicide. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail. Run up and get touched up, suicide, that's it. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail.
Hey! Oh, this is new truth. Check this out. It's rough. We haven't mixed it yet.
You afraid of a coward? He ain't got no power. He's just a terrorist. I bet he be plotting your death every waking hour, trying to discover why you can't be killed. He's weaker than you when he seeks to destroy what he cannot build. He's a thirst that cannot be quenched in a belly that cannot be filled. The curse is real. But we are older than him. We are solar children. There is no known record of the day that my life began, and there will never be a record of the day that my life ended. I am the antivirus. When I was awake, you mistakenly called me the son of Osiris. You can see my real name written in the walls of the temple and pages of ancient papyrus. Follow me and I'ma lead you to freedom. You can always find God when you need him. Together we are unstoppable. Only the chosen can stand up against these demons. We are much more than a
Okay, that's enough. I don't want to reveal too much of the new album.
Now, who is this?
Truth.
What?
Hey, is this in Broadway studio?
Yes. This is going to be special. Truth's new album. Can everybody put their phones on silent or
Yeah, I'll do that.
whatever? Hey, but listen. Let me say this. Oh, that's me. Thank you.
That's
Is this
making
my?
the noise. That
Is
was
it?
making the noise.
Jesus.
There you go.
Thank you, Jeff.
Here to help.
Let me say Happy New Year's 2016 in the Gregorian,
Yes.
Amorite, European calendars.
January after Janus.
Yes.
He who opens doors. New pathways.
Hey, let me just do this too. I want to dedicate this show to one of the ancestors. Of course, Francis Cress Welsing.
Yeah.
Let's all acknowledge that sister. More than a sister, goddess,
Yeah.
educator, an example of what, the first teacher looks like. So let's all tip our hats and show our just due respect to the elder, Francis Cress Welsing. As well as Natalie Cole.
Yeah, man.
This will be, goddammit. That was a great sister, great talent.
Yeah.
And you know what? She was young.
65.
65 is young.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to say this. We got a homeboy here who's from London.
See how everyone just kind of turned around.
Listen. The queen is still alive. And I just want to understand what kind of medical coverage this bitch got.
Well,
That
bitch get regular tune-up.
I need to understand.
No, she ain't getting regular tune-up. She getting regular parts changed.
Hey.
I believe I need a new liver.
Bring forth the Negro liver. She's still alive. And you seeing a lot of celebrities die. I mean, Dominique, what was my man? Dawkins? Daryl Dawkins?
Yeah, Chocolate Thunder, yeah.
Come on, man. What was he, 56?
Yeah.
What?
It's like dudes is dying, and I'm like, what's your medical plan? And it ain't just eating bad food. We already know the food is terrible. We did the Monsanto.
It's pretty much that.
I'd say stress plays a big part.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there's some people out there living wrong, too.
Oh, of course.
There's some white people living wrong, but they live. David Rockefeller then had his sixth heart transplant. His first was at 42. This nigga's 100.
And
What's going on? He's 100 years
I
old.
think it's the will to live as well.
Motherfuckers' hearts?
Give me them hearts.
And you know how long it take to get on the donor list? This motherfucker.
There ain't no donor list for him.
You're a Rockefeller.
He going through hearts like
Exactly.
they disposable.
Pretty much.
I'm
Let me
just
get
saying.
disposable hearts. Give me another one of them. This one.
So
has-
listen, as is commonplace, I like to promote black businesses. Just businesses, period. Before every show, before we get into the topic. So I've got some businesses lined up, and I think they're important that we highlight them. and let's get it cracking right now. I never do this, so I had to do this first for 2016. It probably won't be this way all the time, but I never do this. I got to do it. You got to go get my book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship.
Great book.
You got to get it. I'm getting a lot of love, a lot of reviews on Kindle. If you have an iPhone, you can get it on the iPhone, the iBooks platform. If you have a Kindle platform, you got to do the Kindle platform. Or if you want a physical copy, and for 2016, I'm doing I'm signing them, right? I'm not going to call it an autograph. Anybody who purchases a copy, 2016, is going to be autographed. So go to IamZoeWilliams.com, purchase your copy right now, and we're good. Now, Black-owned business reached out to me recently. This is called Clean Cover Hair Mats. Anybody who shaves over the bathroom sink, this is designed with pockets and a little indentation for the sink basin.
Okay.
And you can put all your clippers and everything inside of here. You go to cleancoverhairmats.com. And they got some for women, with your you see the whole situation? Yeah, man, you cover up the sink area and cleanup's good. So all the hair is still contained in this little packet here. And this shit is only like $10. It's not even expensive.
Wow.
So this is a Black-owned business. I want you guys to go to support them and do it right now. I'm going to put my homeboy out right quick. I had a little talk with him. And he was like, man, I'm just going to bring the juices up here for free.
My man.
For y'all, just cuz. He was like, you don't have to promote me no more because it ain't working. Nobody's supporting it.
Really?
That's what he said.
Wow.
And it's a good, y'all know the brother.
Yeah, it's a good brother.
The brother's a good brother. He come out here from Pasadena to Hollywood every Monday with juices, and for me, especially, turmeric and ginger shots. I don't share those with you.
He does not.
Right? But the brother comes out here, he supports us, and he supports our movement. He was like, don't support me. He said, don't promote me no more because it ain't working. I said, fuck that. I'm going to promote you forever, nigga.
Till the wheels come off.
Till the wheels come off. Fuck it. That's what we got to do. That's the mentality we got to have for 2016.
Exactly.
Everybody want me to talk about some other shit. You want me to talk about the militia niggas, huh? Up in Oregon, huh? You want me to talk about that? I don't want to talk about shit you want to talk about. Because you don't do what at least they do to be able to do the shit they do.
Exactly.
You feel me? So you want me to talk about the shit you want me to talk about? Oh, that's the real news right here. This is the nigga like the nigga news. This is the nigga CNN right here. NNN, right? This is NNN right here, nigga. We finna get the nigga network news, right? You want me to talk about it, but you ain't gonna do shit about it. I'm from the street. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Okay, so stop. Easy.
Did you just say?
Stop.
Over there, he was like, okay.
Stop.
All right.
I don't understand. I got the theme music. I got the Kairos, the studio.
NNN. Nigga News Network.
The anchors. All the anchors is different. Oh, my God.
Okay.
24 hours. Oh, my.
All right, so look. There's a sister.
Not 24 hours, because from 10 to 2, everybody sleep.
Right. The nigga the NNN is late.
You ain't gonna get your news till about 3 in the afternoon. Then
okay.
We rock it till 10 in the morning.
Okay, nigga. Shit.
All right.
I shouldn't have said nothing. He over here.
Nigga news is brilliant.
YouTube
That's
channel.
fucking brilliant.
All right.
Watch, you about to do a whole YouTube channel.
So look, no, this is important right here. I need you to go to this GoFundMe page. All right. It's called Wheels to Heal. The sister's name is Ashley Johnson. Let me just read this real quick. It's important that we support this sister. She's only asking for $1,676.
Oh, wow.
My name is Ashley, and I am a recent survivor of sexual assault. I was a victim of a home burglary and sexual assault.
Wow.
Since then, I have fallen on difficult times with transportation, which is needed for my daily commute to my 2 jobs, my daughter's school, and my college classes, as well as counseling sessions. I am currently trying to raise the money to pay for the repairs on my vehicle and to help pay for my counseling sessions so that I can overcome my PTSD and heal. Thank you so very much for taking the time to hear my story. Happy New Year. Sister reached out to me. She's been following the show for a good 2-3 years. She follows me on Instagram and Facebook, and I didn't mean to put her out like that, but she was like, can you promote this?
For $1,600, that's
$1,600,
Yeah.
$1,700.
Right.
We cash mob her right now.
You got 1,700 listeners.
Exactly.
That's a
Standing
dollar.
room. Everybody give $1 right now. Changes her situation instantly. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
We watching you.
The Aria Rose collection. I'm finding black businesses, man, that need help.
My
Huh?
man.
What'd you say, Pimp? The Aria Rose collection. This sister's doing high-end purses. You know women love purses. Right? Bags and all kind of stuff. Black-owned business.
I got her. How much you want?
Please, anybody who got, and you know Valentine's Day is coming up. You know niggas love European holidays. So
That's right.
and really, this is how racism gets to stay. Because we participate, so don't act like
That's right.
I got some other Valentine's shit for y'all to fuck with too. Because you know you're going to fuck with it.
You know,
because your woman is going to twist your arm to fuck with it.
Cheesecake Factory love Valentine's Day and niggas.
Not even no roses, nigga?
Right.
Not even flowers?
Right.
You just going to let this day go by? Really?
Right.
Pussy's going to go by. That's how they get us, right?
No, that's
I'm just saying.
I'm
just
that's
saying.
not this wolf. Not this wolf.
The
That's a
Aria
bad
collection,
idea.
though, is high-end. It's leather, stitching, black-owned business. Why buy a coach when you can buy a brooch?
Come on, bro.
Brother coach.
He's on fire.
Brooch.
He's on fire.
He's
on fire.
I'm just saying.
Just get it. Just get the rock to Zoe. He's on fire.
I'm just saying we got to support. Let's do it. Let's support black businesses.
Write that
Now,
shit down too, brooch.
Shepherd Family Suites. I introduced this. This is my oldest son, New. This is his mom.
Yeah.
She wanted me to tell y'all thank you for everybody who supported. She got international support.
Oh my
Damn.
God.
There's
you
motherfuckers
go.
from London. Like, I need some of this walnut, caramel,
Yeah.
toffee.
Yeah.
This candy is so damn good. I couldn't figure out why y'all
Now-
couldn't work it out. I was like, God damn it, this is delicious.
So
Candy ain't gonna keep you together, Pam. Unless it's Halloween every day. Candy ain't gonna keep you together. But
Yeah.
this white chocolate,
Oh my God.
Thank
toffee,
Oh my God.
Thank you for holding that for me, Zoe.
Oh my God.
shit. And
I
then
think about you.
She made that
on
specifically for me.
listen, this is my piece right here. On some gangster. This right here,
Yeah.
this is just a little baby version of it. This is the sweet potato cake
See, everyone lean forward. For
with
it.
the sour cream and walnut sprinkle. It's
I'm the only one
How
here
did she
who's
get that
tried
ridiculous,
that,
bro?
and it
It's-
is
man.
How
ridiculous.
did she had she always been
first
doing-
off, she's a thief.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair.
See, when you introduce her to family members and shit, she get close with aunties and shit, and then find out they recipe. She stole the pound cake from my auntie.
Oh.
I was a little pissed off about it too. Like, hey,
Hey, that's Aunt Thelma's recipe.
this shit. Hey, we only supposed to see this shit on Thanksgiving. Why? This shit is March.
Yeah.
Well, how you get this
March
shit?
and strangers.
Right? So, really quickly, promote your thing, man.
Oh, so yeah, this year for the new year, I'm doing online training and health coaching. So all you guys got to do is you would go to the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and download an app called Trainerize, and that's the word trainer plus IZE. And I can train you guys anywhere in the world, and that'll be for like 80 to 90% less than what I charge for one training session, one personal training session. So we do. You can buy one training session, 3 for the week. I have a 5-week Furious Fat Burn program on boxing. You can just do straight boxing and just health coaching. So if you guys want to do that, just get at me. The website is 3bbootcamp.com. That's the number 3. B as in boy, bootcamp.com and /BBB online. So just go in there, check it out. Or you can just you can give me a call at 310-435-3820 if you want to find out a little bit
You
more.
give me a number, nigga. Cool.
It's a business number. It's a business.
Shit.
It's a business
This
number.
nigga gangster right now. Go ahead.
Number.
Joseph.
I'm Joseph.
Speaking to Mike so they can hear you.
Can you hear me? Is
There
that
you go.
better?
Yes.
I've been a trainer for the last 7 years doing Muay Thai, kickboxing, biomechanics, like general strength conditioning and training. I've trained a lot of different people, ranging from normal people to business people to celebrities, and I've just moved out to California and I'm looking to do the same over here. I have a class on the Sundays. I do it at Culver City Steps at 12:45. It's free for everyone to just show up and enjoy an hour of different type of ab stuff that you've probably never done before, because I'm amazing. And then from there, you know, and it gets everybody interested. I mean, 2016 should be the year you aim to improve yourself.
There it is.
Yes.
Listen, you know how we do. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, today's topic. It's going to be crazy. Watch this video.
Negative. I'm a bummer. I don't know. I shouldn't be. I'm a very, lucky guy. I got a lot going for me. I'm healthy. I'm relatively young. I'm white, which thank God for that shit, boy. That is a huge leg up. Are you kidding me? Oh, God, I love being white. I really do. Seriously, if you're not white, you're missing out, because this shit is thoroughly good. But let me be clear, by the way. I'm not saying that white people are better. I'm saying that being white is clearly better. Who could even argue? If it was an option, I would re-up every year. Oh, yeah, I'll take white again. Absolutely. I've been enjoying that. I'm going to stick with white. Thank you. Here's how great it is to be white. I could get in a time machine and go to any time, and it would be fucking awesome when I get there. That is exclusively a white privilege. Black people can't fuck with time machines. A black guy in a time machine is like, hey, anything before 1980? No, thank you. I don't want to go. But I can go to any time. The year 2? I don't even know what's happening then. But I know when I get there, welcome, we have a table right here for you, sir. Oh, thank you. Oh, it's lovely here in the year 2. I can go to any time. In the past, I don't want to go to the future and find out what happens to white people, because we're going to pay hard for this shit. You got to know that. We're not going to just fall from number 1 to 2. They're going to hold us down and fuck us in the ass forever. And we totally deserve it. But for now, whee! Now, if you're white and you don't admit that it's great, you're an asshole. It is great. And I'm a man. How many advantages could one person have? I'm a white man. You can't even hurt my feelings. What can you really call a white man that really digs deep? Hey, cracker. Oh, ruined my day. Boy, shouldn't have called me a cracker. Bringing me back to owning land and people. What a drag.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Andy D on T Radio V. Bing, bang, bing, boom, right?
Yeah.
Andy D on T Radio V. Bobbity, bibbity, bobbity, boo. Andy D on T Radio V.
The Andy Dick Show, Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. on T Radio V.
Wow!
So but Paul, we'll do it better when the show actually starts.
Yeah, no.
Radio V.
Radio inside of TV.
Oh my God, I love it.
Keep it locked. You are the bomb. Mwah.
What better way? What? I can't think of a better intersection than radio and TV.
Right?
Hey, T Radio V. Thomas Sadowski, what's up? T Radio V.
I love T Radio V.
Because we need more kids watching TV.
Hey guys, this is Chriselle Stiles. Hi, I'm Stassi.
I'm Joel David Moore.
I'm Frank Infante.
Hey man, this is Richie Ramone. What's up out there?
And it's Mary Carey, of course, politically naughty with Mary Carey.
I'm always naughty. I'm always politically. My behavior is always politically
naughty.
I'm never politically correct. Dr. Drew, hi. Oh, I'm so.
Hey guys, how are you?
It's all teary-eyed, Doctor.
I know. She wished she could live at rehab.
But only if Dr. Drew's there. Obviously,
Sure.
if someone like, because a little too groping might be inappropriate. But I like the flirting and stuff.
When I walked in, you shoved my head in your.
No! Are you gonna sue me?
Get politically naughty with Mary Carey. Mondays at 4 p.m. on T Radio V.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Why the fuck is you afraid of a coward? He ain't got no power. He is just a terrorist. I bet he's plotting your death every waking hour, trying to discover why you can't be killed. He is weaker than you when he seeks to destroy what he cannot build.
Ladies and gentlemen, the So What Morning Show back. The first show of 2016. Let's get right to it. Today's topic, very, very riveting topic. We got to do it. Is the myth of good white people true or false? A deeper look into the nature of white folk. My question is, and as is commonplace, I ask a bunch of questions and then we open it up for discussion. What is the criteria of good? Like, how do we define good? Like, is there a good white folk questionnaire,
Master Gilmore, good white folks,
that we should develop? Like, how do we judge them to understand if they're good or not? Right? And I think that's the key to defining good people, period.
Yes.
Right?
Same way you judge everybody else.
But let me just say this about white folk and the power structure. We live in America. Now, a lot of people want to be fooled by the image. Remember, Enter the Dragon. Destroy the image, you destroy the man. Remember that scene when he was in there in the mirrors?
Mm-hmm.
And he remembered this motherfucker's using it was all philosophical, of course. Beat up all of the mirrors, now you can't hide from me. Mm-hmm. America, as an idea, as a culture, as a concept, is really European. Let's just remember that. Let's just remember, this is an extension of empires past.
Mm-hmm.
This is the extension of the Roman Empire. This is the extension of the, this.
We just driving on the other side of the street.
This they shit, right? But we got to remember that. So my point in bringing all of that up is it evil or is it survival? The way white people get down. Because I think it's survival. I got to make motherfucking education poor. I got to make it hard for them to live in great neighborhoods where I live. I got to make it difficult. I got to make racism a major distraction. I got to make classism a major distraction. I got to make all of these, I got to put all of these things in place, because if I don't, what keeps them out of my neighborhood?
I got to put Heismans in all them areas.
You understand? Exactly. Right? You guys heard of white flight.
What's white flight?
Well, Compton used to be like a fly neighborhood where white people were. Like, Compton's in the house. This is all very nice.
Inglewood, too.
Inglewood. Niggas showed up. White flight. White people get up out of there. Right? So is it survival or is it evil? Is it evil? Like the oppression of African American, melanated people in America, is it evil? Was it evil when white people put Japanese people in internment camps here in America? Was that evil or was it survival? Can you ever trust a white person? That is today's topic. Are they good or are they good for nothing? Who wants to speak on the truth about this shit today?
We have to hand him a mic.
How he be the first one to ask for the mic? He ain't got a mic. I'll be the one. The inaugural. Okay.
That super cake is nice, though.
Much love to Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, but in her book, The ISIS Paper, she put down the blueprint for the psychological reasoning behind why white folks are, by nature, not good. And it's not anything personal. It's business.
But that's not true.
If we owned a business, and we wanted that business to keep running so our children could take over that business and they could be profitable in that business too, there are certain things we teach our children and show our children to make sure that they control the reins of that business. And that's all white people are doing in America, is making sure their children use the same methods to hold the reins of the business that their forefathers did. So it ain't personal, it's business.
I can smoke a bag of that. Jeff?
Wow, where do I start? Okay. Survival, basically. You when you draw the line between survival and evil, it's a little. I think those lines are drawn a little too hard because it is possible to survive without being evil.
How about it?
It's the
Let's introduce that concept.
Yes. Here's the very vulgar concept in a capitalist society. There's a such thing as enough money. And when you bring that kind of vulgar thinking in, that's when you can get a fresher gauge on what white people are doing. I can't say white people. I almost want to save this for the rant. That's just brilliant. Watch your phone, Zoe. Tony B. Tony B is being unconscious.
Wow. That's all right. We're good.
Yes. You can't just say white people because the white folks that wear plaid, they're not included when 2/3 of the Earth's population is not black. There's a concept to wipe away 2/3 of the Earth's population, and a great many of them is the idiotic white folks that can't figure out that they're getting fucked over the worst by racism. They're way worse than us.
Kev?
Well,
here we go.
Here we go. What?
I'm just saying. Here it is.
In the law dictionary, y'all got to get rid of these black and white. Okay, I'm sorry.
Ain't no such thing as white.
First of all, you damn right. If you want to call yourself slave or master, you can keep calling yourself black or white. That's that right there. But as far as white people being what Tony B was saying, it's business. I agree with that on a certain level because if you go back to the ancient history, and we've talked about this before, how the Moors were running the planet at one time, and we were smacking the shit out of people. Like we did everything, all the things that most Caucasian people have learned as far as the evil, what's deemed as being evil. They had to learn it from somebody. Your kid learns how to smack their kid from you. If you smack your kid, usually your kid goes up to smack their own kid.
That's what's wrong with New. Okay.
I wonder why he knocking them fools down on his basketball team.
Jesus Christ. You put that out there, didn't you?
You know. So as far as it being survival, it is that, because if it's deep rooted and embedded within them that if we had power, we're just ass smackers. So, if we did that before, what's to stop us from doing that again? And they have no idea that we wouldn't do that again once we gain power. So, if you put yourself in their place, if somebody was beating the shit out of you for 1,000 years, you wouldn't you would be doing everything that you can to keep them from gaining power again.
Interesting.
That's right.
Brother, tell them your name.
Yeah, I go by Heru.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you have a thought on it?
I did, and I wanted to quote our Queen Elder, Sister Frances Cress Welsing, and it's about a total system of structure that has at its goal objective white genetic survival. The people who classify themselves as white represent 1/10 of the people on the planet and are now becoming a minority. So this is very disturbing to them.
Hmm.
And,
that's true.
It's about survival, yeah.
So it's not evil. It's survival.
It's so when you say it's fear,
it's their nature.
Ha! Say more. Joseph?
Look at it this way. If, as everyone else has mentioned, we were the originals, and we, to a degree, did this to others, that fear of it happening again will stop. Anyone that's been fearful of something will do a majority of stuff in order to prevent it from happening again. The same way if someone got beat up, you might learn a martial art so that you never get beat up again.
Right.
If you go fired from a job, you become self-employed, so you never get fired again. So in them doing what they would deem necessary so that it doesn't happen again, it's just fair.
Is this why Napoleon said what he said regarding Haiti? He was like, never again.
Well, I go fuck with them niggas.
No, but his whole thing was to squash the rebellion in Haiti, because he was like, a black people can't have a country. They can't have a free society. We've got to squash them. Now they got mashed. They got their asses kicked.
Coming up in there with
But
that bullshit.
if you look at Haiti going forward, still one of the poorest countries in the world. Definitely the poorest in the Western Hemisphere.
Right.
And why? Not anything that the Haitians are doing. All external shit. You know, geopolitical shit. Like, no, don't, not them.
And that's most third world countries. The power elite, they're the ones with the knowledge. So when you talk about most white people being evil or white people being evil, you're talking about a small fraction of the people or Caucasian people who have power, who are perpetrating this whack ass information. Most Caucasian people, and I deal with a lot of them as far as training. They some cool people. You know, they ain't tripping on you. They're not majorly racist. Or, they have some biases just like everybody else because they see certain things on TV and they don't.
Wait a minute, Kevin. You're trying to tell me now I have to separate the white people in power from the white people that live down the block?
Thank you.
Yes, you do. Because they're not the same motherfuckers. If you ask them about the same shit, they would have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
So would the white people down the block be willing to give up some of the privileges that they get for being white?
They do. Yes. That's not true. Yes, they have. I've met some.
I renounce great health care.
I've met them.
I renounce the neighborhood I live in that allows me to go to this school. You can't go to this school because you don't live here. And we're going to prove that you don't live here. We're going to find out. We're going to send somebody to your house to check.
Look at a documentary called White Like Me by Tim Wise. He just did this documentary last year. Wow. It's called White Like Me. He breaks that shit down. I mean, Tim Wise is one of the he's ill with it. And he don't hold any punches, especially about his race. And it's funny because people be calling him a race hater or a self race hater, and he just goes in on it. He don't give a shit. And he in the video he talks about how he was the only white dude at all black school, and so this is how he came up in it. He saw how everything was perpetrated against black people, and he was like, "This is some fucked up shit." And so this is how he became about it. And so I've met a lot of Caucasian people who are like that. They once their eyes are open to something, they stay there. They stay there. They like, this is some bullshit. I mean, you have people like that throughout history. Even the people who got killed with the Mississippi burning, the 3 kids who got killed, 2 of them were white.
Right.
So you have Caucasian people who are out there trying to do it. You just don't hear about it. That media don't want you to know that shit because they really don't want us to come together because that's the true power. They want to keep us all separate. If we all come together, then that's fucked up for them.
Well, I tell you what this feels like. You sound like who all here has seen I Am Legend?
Yep.
Everybody.
Okay, you know the last scene where Will is trying to explain to a zombie, I can save you. I can save you.
Yeah.
Okay? I understand that all white people are not who we're talking. I clearly understand that the power elite are the ones that run this shit. But you're trying to tell me to embrace all the zombies. Okay?
No.
The zombies, okay? When you run across
finish your thought.
When you run when you look at the militia, zombies.
Right.
When you look at regular white people who have no clue that some of their concepts are bigoted. Zombies. Maybe they're not zombies on this level. They ain't zombies on the get in the truck and go hang some niggas level.
But who's to say that they can't be educated?
I'm not to say that they can't be. I am to say that I'm not going to risk the virus to educate them.
Right.
I'm not going to risk getting bit to educate you. I don't.
That's fucked up, Jeff.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's get a sister's voice in here.
And my girl, Ronnie Khan.
Veronica Conway, 2016. I know.
Happy New Year,
Veronica. Thank you, babe. I know you listening. And I know why.
Finna bust him with it.
That's what she does, man. She about to smack all of us in the mouth because we bullshit and dancing around this shit. Veronica, come in here and correct this shit for us, please.
Punk asses.
All right. So understand that this is about the war for resources, in which 12% of the planet feels fully entitled to 100% of its resources. And all y'all black and brown people is fucking collateral damage on the war path to resources. So you have to look at it like this. Yes, the power elite are the ones that are driving it. In other words, they're the ones that are aggregating the war machine. They're aggregating the way to annihilate black and brown bodies globally. But understand that if you have a brother that's in the mafia and he's robbing, raping, and murdering in your name, in the name of whiteness, then are you complicit?
Ooh.
And you know that you directly and indirectly benefit from it, and you know it's happening, then are you complicit? That's the question.
Wow. We doing the Black Devil show. And when we do that show, niggas don't come at me. Don't come for me.
They're gonna come for you. They're gonna come for you for this show. Right, you getting 100 coons written about you right now.
I'm just saying. Because black people are complicit. Listen to what she said. Do you know how deep? First off, the narrative of success, right? You are not the author of it.
Woo.
So watch how this shit plays out. Even the hustler wants his kid to go to private school. That's why he hustling.
Yep.
Even the thug will kill other niggas so he can live in the exclusive gated community that was originally founded and made illegal for your black ass to live there anyway. He wants the life that lives next door to the white executive. He wants that life. He wants to be able to say, hey, I don't do that no more, I'm over here now. Things have changed. Right? But when you look at what he wants,
your 70s pusher
when
voice.
you look at what he values, you then start to see you are a participant in a white racist supremacist system. You are a participant.
Every time you call the hood bad. Every time you call the hood bad. I had this experience in Chicago. I was on stage in a club. Shout out to Mary.
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold that thought.
Yes, sir.
I got just one more thing before we go to break.
Uh-oh.
And then I'm
Is
going to throw
that
it
the
back
music?
to you. Because I hear the music. Because I know it's going to be big. I'm telling y'all now. You dating somebody and they look like they got it going on according to the definition of what's going on, you in for some bullshit. Because they're complicit to a system. They're playing a game so they can get to a plateau within a fictional system. And niggas don't understand it. I had a sister say, why do you say Happy New Year's? Because I'm ghetto, bitch. That's why I say Happy New Year's. Oh, you should say Happy New Year. Oh, this nigga here. I said, I'm smarter than your whole family hooked up to a supercomputer. Don't ever.
Right.
Don't ever fucking, like, if we really want to start getting into some knowledge.
That's right.
But the bougie shit, we're.
That old boule ass.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
Like, are we having a conversation? You can't judge based off of a level of success that you didn't write. And that could be taken from your bitch ass when they get ready to take it, Bill Cosby.
Yep.
Bam.
Take all your shit.
That's a sad thing when I saw that.
I'm just, you understand what I'm saying? If you dating somebody that's locked into a Eurocentric gestalt of what success is, you're dating a white supremacist. I don't give a fuck what color they are.
Can I say something?
No,
real quick?
we're going to take a break. You hear that music?
Just real quick.
I got to go, Pimp.
Real quick.
Hey, this is our first break. I got to take it.
Can we take a break?
Then when we come back,
we coming back.
We coming back.
We coming back.
But it's just what you just said real quick.
I want to ride the roller
We'll be right back,
Damn boy, we coming back.
We'll be right back. Take us to break.
Pseudo-intelligent motherfuckers, the cone is the invisible elephant in the room. Before we can learn to merge, we need to learn to purge these motherfuckers from
Radio V. We're back. It's Politically Naughty with Mary Kay on TRadioV.com. I don't feel like it would be as big of a deal these days if I, you know.
You'd be surprised. The most powerful weapon in the world is
This is a no-holds-barred conversation.
So anyway, everybody started drinking my bathwater. I loved it.
That is amazing.
Kitten, you need a movie about your life.
Maybe-
If Mary Carey was governor, we wouldn't be having these problems in America.
Exactly,
Just saying.
exactly. I know.
Get Politically Naughty with Mary Carey. Mondays at 4 p.m. on T Radio V.
Welcome to Big Mama Nature's house. There's a war!
Yeah. Let's have debris all over him. That's a bad man.
Badass, man.
Woo! Our chairs are damp.
Chairs are wet.
Our chairs
Why?
are slightly damp.
I'm gonna have to use that in the scene.
This is just like Apocalypse Now. So this is a good idea to light a torch near a highly flammable costume, mainly around my crotch area.
We're gonna get cut out, yeah. It's just gonna be cuts of Jean-Claude. They'll like pause them with loud music over it.
What are the chances of a dangerous animal in this island? 0. So just come.
Hi, I'm Ty Simpkins. Miss Danielle Basutti. Hi, this is Brooke Peoples. I'm Jocelyn Donahue.
Hi, I'm Keegan Allen, and you're watching
T Radio V. T Radio V.
T Radio V, radio in TV. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes.
T Radio V. Yo.
Radio V. Radio in TV. Radio in TV.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio in TV.
We had an opportunity for a one-on-one interview with Sister Soldier before the highly publicized quote to discuss her views on a number of issues. What did you think of the Rodney King verdict?
I thought a lot of things about the verdict. I mean, I had a bet going with one of my friends that they were going to let them free because I believe that the American justice system is racist in its nature. And I don't believe that the reason why black people can't get justice is because we don't have the criminals on videotape. I believe it's because of white racism. And so I expected them to let them free.
You're the only person I've ever talked to or heard respond to the verdict that said they knew it was going to come down that way.
Oh, yeah, I had a wager. I won some money on that one.
How much?
Small.
A lot.
A small amount.
What was your response to the violence that ensued after that?
Well, I thought that it was too bad that white America drove black youth to do that. You know, I felt like black people are civilized and rational. Black people had been seeing that videotape for weeks and months and had not reacted violently to the tape. After black people felt that the criminal justice system had exhausted its usefulness, that's when you saw the violence. And so I didn't have a negative response to it. And I'm not one of these people that, you know, is going to come out and say, you know, you young kids, you shouldn't have done that. Because I believe that America brought that response on itself.
What do you say to people who say you're encouraging violence when you don't condemn it?
I think the verdict encouraged violence, not Sister Soldier.
What about Mr. Bush's reaction? How do you feel about him and what he had to say?
President Bush is former head of the CIA. I have no expectations of him where African people are concerned. I think that he's very clear about everything that's going on in the urban community as somebody who was part of the Central Intelligence Agency.
Some young African Americans have said that the old guard of the civil rights movement is out of touch. Do you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, they're definitely out of touch. Out of touch, or either they have too many entangled alliances in the sense that they cannot speak clearly and forcefully to issues because of who they might upset or how white America might accept it. They're like crossover artists, like pop artists, kind of like they have to water down their message or water down their rhythm or water down the truth, and I just don't believe in that.
If you were going to speak to Mr. Bush privately, the way they did, what would you say to him?
I would never speak to Mr. Bush privately.
Did you ever say, I read somewhere where you said you have never met any good white people?
I said in the beginning of my slavery video that I hadn't met any good white people, and my definition of good is that you understand that this is a question of power, that you be willing to give up some power, that you be willing to give up some resources, that you be willing to pay black people reparations for our years and years of service in this country, that you be willing to go home and tell your white mother and father about white racism and how it affects and kills black people in our communities. That's my definition of good white people, and I haven't met any like that.
Speaking of power, how about empowerment? One of the criticisms that the mainstream community has of us is that we are lacking in family values. We are children having children and men running the streets.
Right.
What do you say to that?
Well, I think that the economic system in this country and the justice system in this country contributes to the delinquency and the destruction of the African family. I think the fact that 25% of the black male population is either in prison or under court supervision shows you that a lot of children will not have fathers. I think the fact that the economic system does not embrace or allow African men to have a substantial position in it is the reason why you have so many people committing crimes. So I think it's just hypocritical and some type of trickery for white people and the government and the media to say that there's something wrong with the black community and not draw the link directly to the white power system and how it's designed.
You have a survival guide for the black woman, for the
Yeah,
African woman.
well.
Do you have one for the African man? Because you know.
I think Sister Soldier told you. Rah! Sister told you. First off, everybody been in here just eating and ain't said nothing, but we got to give the sister props.
Yes. Shepherd Sweets is killing the game right now.
ShepherdSweets.com.
Go to zobabymama.com. Because she killed it.
Oh, no, you can't do her like that. She's royal. You can't do her like that.
Do her like that?
Nah, man. She gave us
Noogies.
She gave us Noogizi and Prima.
Bear this in mind, there are two trainers
Two gods.
Yeah, two trainers.
trainers.
The two trainers ate the white chocolate.
Yeah.
Right.
I said them niggas like white women.
Right.
I ain't fucking with the chocolate. No, I'm just. Hey, that sweet potato cake
It's ridiculous.
No, it's ridiculous.
is crazy. Go to our website, www.shepherdsweets.com. I guess she's on Instagram, Twitter.
Does she make
I don't know how
this-
to read this. At ShepherdSweets1 on Twitter, and Shepherd's Sweets on Instagram.
Does she make the sweet potato cake in like a large, like the regular?
She does.
It's not for you.
No, she brought the
Warning.
smaller. She brought the
Warning.
small ones here for me.
Warning. Should you buy a large sweet potato cake?
It's retarded.
This shit is so good.
my
All
God.
that you don't eat, you're going to want to roll around naked in. Oh, my God. Oh, my, you want to get it on you. It's not enough to get it in you. You, just, oh,
You know what?
Damn good.
I did.
Cake lotion.
It's the ridiculous.
Cake lotion.
I didn't even see that.
Oh my
coming.
God.
You know.
So listen, we're back to business, man. Listen, when rebuilding the economic autonomy of the black community, should blacks exclude the help of good white folk?
Absolutely.
Every time I do a show, let me just say this. Every time I do a show, they go, what the fuck is Dr. G sitting there for?
Yes.
Why Zoe got Dr. G up in here? Why is Tamahu up in here? Huh? What do they call him on Roots? The two Bob. What the fuck is the two Bob doing in on this conversation? First and foremost, let me address that. Evil, well, I'll save that. Dr. G is a good man,
Yes.
a smart man, who's doing exactly what Sister Soldier said she would define a good white person as.
Yeah.
Dr. G gives up resources.
Right.
Dr. G will take his Jewish ass into a meeting and go, this guy, Zoe, is the future of what the fuck we trying to do.
Right.
And they'll be like, well, we haven't met him yet. We haven't seen anything yet, or we're interested. And then Dr. G, on his clout, will walk it in and go, oh, shit, this is too heavy, after they've seen it. But at the end of the day, he's walking it in where niggas is on the outside looking for a Dr. G to walk they shit in. And niggas who are in won't do what Dr. G does.
Hell no.
But will sit out and bitch and complain when we trying to create a new fucking paradigm. But there's Dr. G's out there that'll be like, hey, here, I'm gonna open this lane, and then you run through that motherfucker. I'll block, but you
got to run.
But you got to run. When I block, you got to run.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna ding Dr. G for seeing in me what you see in me, but having the courage to do something about it that you lack.
Thank you.
And the resources you lack. And the contacts you lack.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, he fucking with white folk. He got white folk on the show. He got white folk. What? Nigga, you watching the show.
Dr. G is an agent. Zoe Kuhn.
Where your show? Get your show with all black people that do for each other, and then I'll watch you. Because then I'll say, damn, there's an example of the shit that we need.
Thank you.
But if you ain't got that, and you not doing anything but critiquing like most yard dogs do, this show feed you. I'm your master because I feed you with this platform. Are you feeding us? How are you sowing your seed back into us?
Did you make us cake, bitch?
Bitch!
Okay. And good eatings.
So my question is, white folk in or out?
They got to be in.
I'd say they'll be in.
They got to be in. Sandra Bland had a blog, that one of her last blogs she did in April, where she was speaking on Black Lives Matter. And she was talking about how, because people were saying that she didn't, she was prejudiced or something against white people and stuff like that. And she broke down how she wasn't. She was actually the only black cheerleader on her school. She was all white cheerleading team. She was the only black cheerleader. And towards the end of it, it's only like 2 minutes, but towards the end of it, she tells black people, she said, look, you're not going to be successful if you don't work with white people. It's like, you may hate them, you may do this, but you got to learn how to work with them or you won't be successful.
So let's do that, and then I'm going to go to Veronica. But working with them does not mean being like them.
That's right.
Does not mean aspiring to copy them.
Exactly.
Or you know how you got a friend who is your biggest cheerleader, but at the same time your biggest hater because they're envious of who you are.
And they just can't get out the way of that.
That's how black people are with white people. I hate that motherfucker. Right? But they can't ever show the pout. They can't ever show their hatred. No. Right? Because they'll fuck up their chances of getting what the white man got. Right. But where they do show it is towards other black people.
With no naked,
true.
wide open.
You think you somebody because you got more money than us, huh? You think you special, huh? You know how niggas do? We quick to show our vitriol towards each other, but we'll quiet that shit down in the presence of white folk.
And love.
And most white people who talk like that, or most black people, I should say, who talk like that about white people, don't know any.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that this is a stereotype or there's the prejudice that they see on the peripheral, you know, and they think, oh, they got a good idea of who white people are, but you really don't. Unless you out there and you're engaging with white people, you're going out, you're being friends with them, you're doing things with them. You don't know Caucasian people. Right. And I'm gonna tell you right now, when coming up in the hood, I was prejudiced. I thought I knew what white people were, and when I got to college, Cal State Northridge, is when I was thrown in with a gang of my homies who went to Taft High School, which is in Woodland Hills, and so they had a lot of white homies. And when I got there, this shit was crazy. These Caucasian cats used to buy, we was broke as shit. They used to come by with groceries and buy us, take us out to dinner. I mean, we survived because of that.
Hey, what about the white woman who is a fucking energy healer? Who is basically fucking on call because of Veronica, the sister. I'm gonna bring Veronica back in to speak on this.
You know she's
an energy healer that fucking healed my son's knee.
Yeah, the girl who did Reiki, on my shoulder was white.
Veronica brought Angela to the table, and I got bona fide experience with it. I took the nigga to the doctor. His surgeon. The surgeon, what the fuck are you doing? Why is your knee swelling down? How did you do that? Because they were going to try to do surgery on him before he went to college.
Damn.
What are you doing? Are you playing on your knee? Yeah, I just dunked on a nigga last night. Well, how did you get the swelling down? Because whatever you did, you need to bottle that shit. Because there's kids in here right now who's struggling. What? And this ain't a joke. He's like, what the fuck? What are you doing? What are you eating? He was just like, he asked about 40 battery of questions. Like, the last time you was here, your knee was the size of a fucking watermelon. What happened?
Because these results don't fit his religion.
Exactly. But is that a bad woman? Veronica, didn't that sister say, you tell us, Veronica, what did the sister say about testosterone between black men and white men? What did the sister say? And this is a white woman. What did she say? Energy healer, Angela. What did she say, Veronica?
Oh, she said that because she's a very deep. She's like a deep seer of the past, present, and future. She's kind of a reality bender, so she can really see the deeper aspects of things spiritually. She has those superpowers, and she says that there are no alpha men that are white. None. That all alpha males inherently, genetically, are black. Right? So then you begin to look at, what Francis Cress Welsing talks about in terms of white male envy of black male testosterone and black male genetic superiority in the form of being able to fuck the white race out of existence, right? And then you begin to understand where white rage comes from. You begin to understand where white rage emanates from.
So I need to be clear. The sister said there are no white alpha males. There are only black alpha males. Is that what she said?
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Okay.
Mighty bold statement.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
That's a very bold.
I'm just saying. So you see where I'm coming at? Like, do white people have a soul?
Is she counting that white running back from Stanford? Because he was running over niggas like crazy. He ain't with 5. What is he? The little white boy. She couldn't have been counting in. What about Jason Williams, white chocolate? You counting in?
Keep going.
Okay.
Name some more.
Shit. Jerry West? God damn it, all them, none of them? Really? I'm gonna dig deep. Bill Lambier?
Seriously.
Bill Lambier was a little bitch, though.
But he's a little bitch with big elbows.
Jesse
Throwing them elbows, hit you right in the mouth.
Jesse Ventura?
Yeah,
Jesse the Body?
Randy Macho Man
That motherfucker's a gangster.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
That motherfucker.
Yeah, you fucking crossed me, Hogan. You said you would protect Elizabeth, and you let us down, man. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute. I'm not an alpha male. I'm not an alpha male. I got a dick that looks like a baby's arm holding an apple, and you're gonna tell me? I'm sorry.
Crazy. Let's get Bobby G. Bobby Glanton.
Uncle
Wisdom.
Bobby?
We lost Bobby? Ah. Well.
Let me answer one to your question. Do white people have a soul? There's a guy named Joel Freeman, and he did a documentary called Return to Glory with Don Griffin. These are 2 white guys. And Joel Freeman, he was a NBA chaplain. He was like the second NBA chaplain ever. And when he got to the NBA, all these brothers didn't want to talk to him. So when they got in there, they used to ask him questions like, was Jesus black, and this and that, all questions in the Bible about being black. And he had no answers for any of that. So he went and studied and got all this information on the history of melanated people and what we've contributed to the world. And they put out this documentary, and it's crazy. Not only does he do that, Return to Glory, and not only does he do that, he goes around the world preaching and teaching this stuff. Lectures in churches and everywhere, teaching black people about their own history.
What about Richard Poe, who wrote the book? Go buy the book. You niggas is asking for my book list. Here's one of them.
Edgar Allan's nephew.
Richard Poe. This dude wrote a book called Black Spark, White Fire.
Yeah, I got that book.
And in that book, he just simply said, listen, and I had him on the Voice of Reason on the Foxhole. I brought him in. He said, listen, I just wrote the book because everybody was making a big deal about the mystery of Egypt. And I was like, this shit ain't a mystery. It's right here. And he compiled all of the information and said every European culture stole from Egypt.
Yep.
Every single one of them. All your gods, everything. In his book, he said the secret name of Zeus is Ethiops, the black one. This is where we get our word Ethiopia, which is a Greek word, by the way.
Yes.
But there's a reason. This is what they do. This is part of fucking the fear Joseph spoke. I can't ever let niggas know. If niggas ever found out that they're part of the God Squad, this shit is done. These niggas is the God Squad. It's over. I can't. Listen, you asked the question. How do the European aristocracy validate calling themselves the aristocracy? They'll say, oh, it's bloodlines. You say, well, where do the bloodlines take you?
Back to
motherfucking Africa.
Back to you can only be
all
royal.
their symbols of royalty is African.
Yeah, you can only be royal over there if your lineage traces back to Moors.
Right. And then they even say, well, we're part of the family of Jesus. Niggas.
You mean the dude with the hair of wool and the feet of brass?
Niggas.
Yeah. Who is this? Who is this blonde hair, blue eyed dude that look like Jax from Sons of Anarchy? Y'all talking about look like Jesus when the description of Jesus looked more like El DeBarge.
I'm just saying.
I'll tell everybody right now. If you go look up the royal family in Britain, England, if you look up their family crest, which is Saxe-Coburg, you will see a Moor, a black as oil Moor, bald head with earrings and red lips. That's their coat of arms. That's their ancient heritage.
And wait, and let me just say this real quick because
Queen
let me just say this real because a lot of people be bitching and complaining. I'm finna go in on Islam too.
Come on.
A lot of people be bitching and complaining. Oh, you always talk about Christianity. Listen, coon ass, boot licking, ass licking, fucking subservient ass puppy dog motherfuckers. Yeah, I'm gonna go in on the fucking predominant religion that fucked up the world.
Come on, man.
Under spiritual colonization.
I just saw
now, if you gonna claim Christian, claim the Coptic version, which is older than the Christianity you fuck with. Right? You fucking with the Borgia. Right? You fucking with Cesare and Lucrezia and them. Rodrigo. You fucking with them. Right? If you gonna claim Christianity, go back to Abyssinia. I'm not gonna call it Ethiopia. I'm gonna say the name before then.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you gonna be Christ-like.
Abyssinia.
And when you go back to that version of Christianity, you go back to Egypt because they still call him Horus.
Okay, viewers, everybody do me a favor.
Haru.
One of these days, we're going to have a black Christian on the show. Oh. And if Zoe don't go in and eat his monkey ass up like he just did now, I want y'all to slap Zoe in the head every time you see him in the street, because Zoe pisses me off. I'm just venting right here. Because see, I got a sword when it comes. to this
let's
shit.
do this.
Zoe,
wait, stop it, stop it. Can you play his intellectual rant music and then we'll go into it?
Okay,
there we go.
Fuck it, then. We'll start now.
Fuck it. Just play his shit real quick.
That I wrote. You should hit the whole thing. Right. New music for 2016 coming very soon. Zoe, I'm just gonna say this real quick. I have a sword when it comes to this shit. Usually, when we get to talking about Jesus and this and that in front of regular black Christians who only are dealing with the 13 or so verses that have been regurgitated to them, they haven't read the whole book, which I really don't get. This whole book is predicated on where your eternal soul is going, but you haven't read the whole thing. All right. Anyway, I got a sword. I'm all right. This motherfucker has the Excalibur, And he don't. I mean, he has a sword of light, and he will not pull it out. So I'm to get on Zoe's ass about that this
and I
year.
wanted to add on too,
Yes.
like as far as
Well,
Jesus
you
being.
You have to add after I'm done because that's what the rant does.
Yeah, he rants a little bit. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you.
But that ain't your fault.
That's me.
That's his fucking fault. With regard to white people helping us out of our plight or situation and or set of circumstances, you have to look at white people and their help like training wheels on a bike. It is to get you up and riding. Have you ever seen any training wheels in the Tour de France? No, because you can only go so fast with training wheels. And that's the problem, is that we keep trying to go at training wheel speed. And of course, if you go at training wheel speed, you more than likely are going to need training wheels. Once you get up and running and moving, no, we don't need your help. As a matter of fact, on a level, on the very subconscious level that you are here, inhibits us because we are under the impression that we need you. The white man's ice is colder. Well, in some instances it is because it gets to you before it melts. We're being when you see us being treated like savages, we're being treated like savages so that we'll act like savages so we can be treated like savages. Do you see that?
The cycle.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
it's a cycle. I'll say this and I will close. Shout out to Jokes and Notes, a very famous black comedy club. I was there doing some comedy, and there were a few white people, because white people, I have white fans. They were in the audience, and some of you know Chicago, nigga. Chicago is rough. Somebody yelled out, "Fuck white people." And I said, you know what, sir? You are exactly right. Fuck white people, but you have to be more specific. Fuck these white people. You know which white people I hate? The ones that sneak into the projects and bust out all the windows and piss in the elevators when nobody is looking. I can't stand those white people, okay? The hood is made poor by system. The hood is made horrible by you niggas. You make the hood horrible. Ain't no white man jumping out in a fucking suit spraying niggas. That's you.
Thank you.
That is you. There is no white man force feeding you fried food. That is you. That is you. Why do these sisters dress so freaky in these videos? Why do they put these sisters in the videos? Because the sisters show up. It's you.
Wow.
It's you.
Heru, speak to it, and then Veronica.
Moment of silence. Yeah, I just wanted to add.
Moment of silence.
I mean, we can't make Jesus black and then keep the rest of the story the same. Is what I was.
Woo!
Come
See?
on.
That is repeat. That no shit. How you gonna go? Yeah. Okay. Jesus is black. Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
But this is what Veronica. I want to get Veronica in here. Veronica, jump in here real quick.
Well, I mean, I think we have to always understand what we're looking at if we're ever going to heal and resolve our condition here on this planet, right? We have to actually know what it is that we're looking at so that we know how to respond in kind. I think that we've been so brainwashed and programmed and conditioned not only into our own self-hatred and fundamentally a hatred of reality, because if you look all over the planet, there is evidence of our ancestors left us a lot of clues, big statues with broad noses and big thick lips, like that we're the creators. But we've been so programmed into our own self-hatred that we just walk around being a living, breathing reaction to white supremacy, right? And we feel helpless and powerless in the face of it, right? It's like the Stockholm syndrome thing. So I think we have to really understand what we are looking at. We have to understand what white rage is. We have to understand how white rage gets applied to the acquisition of resources. And we have to understand very clearly what our role is and what our response needs to be in the matter.
Wow. Hey, listen, are we taking a break? Well, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to go even deeper into this conversation. Is the white man evil? It's really that simple. Is there such thing as a good white person? We're going to get down to the bottom of it. We're going to find out if the Exorcist is real. We'll be back in 2.2.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Hey, my fellow thoughters out there. I'm Charles Shaughnessy. Check out my new show, Here's a Thought, with Charles Shaughnessy, August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on T Radio V. Now, you know I have a lot to say, but I want to hear what you have to say. So tune in, grab your phones, call me, tweet me, email me in the studio, and let's get this conversation going. Here's a Thought, starting August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on T Radio V. That's radio in TV.
Hey geeks, wake up! We got big news. I'm not gonna mumble this time. Geekscape, the long-running movie video game. Let me do one more. Hey geeks, we got big news! Geekscape, your favorite show about movies, video games, comics, and TV, is coming to T Radio V Monday, October 6th. And it'll be on every Monday from then on, 7 p.m. Until the apocalypse happens, we're all eaten by zombies.
Hello, T Radio V.
Hello for us.
Hi, guys. My name is Steve Renazizi.
My name is Mary Elizabeth Ellis.
My name is Katie Aselton.
You're watching TV on the radio, but you're not watching it, you're listening to it, because radio on TV.
Hi, T Radio V.
Keep that radio going inside that television set.
I love T Radio V.
Trust her.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio in TV.
But there are a number of things that have sprung to mind watching it. Do you feel guilty about being white?
Not at all. I didn't choose it. I can't lose it. Why would I feel guilty about it?
Do you think there are things white people should feel guilty about? All white people should feel guilty about?
Behaviors. White behaviors. Yes. But I don't think you do those things because you're white. I think you do those things because you're ignorant.
So you're conditioned to do these things,
Absolutely.
to be racist?
Absolutely.
Do
And
you
it
think-
works. The conditioning is working. Has worked for a very long time.
Do you think all white people are racist?
I think if you graduated from high school and you aren't a racist, you weren't listening, you should have gotten an F in social studies.
So that's a yes.
That's
All white people are racist?
We are conditioned to the myth of white superiority from the moment of our, in fact, before birth. We are conditioned to the myth of white superiority.
Some people who watched these events today they'll have this interpretation of it, and just bear me out on it, that you met these people, you brutalized them to some extent, you were very hard on them, you made them insecure, you made them question all sorts of things about themselves.
Did you ever see a lynching?
Obviously not.
Of course you did. Would you like to?
Let's stick with the tradition of me asking the questions.
No, let's stick with this. What I do looks brutal to white people because that isn't something they have to live with all day, every day.
But you know the accusation. The accusation is you're manipulating them.
Of course I am.
And that's wrong. You're playing with their feelings.
Yes, and it's wrong when it's done on a grand scale in society. It's even more wrong, but we do it all the time.
You've been doing this for more than 4 decades.
Yeah?
What do you think people are going to say the legacy of Jane Elliott is?
Don't care.
You must care. You've
Don't care.
been doing this to change behavior and make the world a better place. You must care.
Don't care. What people say about me is of little importance to me. Did I make a difference today? Did I make a difference today? Did I make a positive difference today in the area of racism? And that's what I want to do.
So is Jane Elliott evil? Is that a good white person? Is Tim Wise evil? Is he a good white person?
Tim Wise is cool as hell.
I mean, I have to ask these fucking questions because there are some white people out there. Yeah, there's some white people out there like that. What is that? Nigga, I don't know what it is. I don't know what to name this shit.
No.
I'm asking the viewer who know every motherfucking thing to tell me, how do you categorize white folk like that?
Let me say that consciousness has no color, first of all.
There you go.
Oh, now you want to get conscious on me, nigga.
Secondly,
hold on.
Thank you.
Metaphysically speaking, if indeed we want to go the route of saying that their bloodline goes back to us from far, far away, then, some brothers who are militant and use the Bible call them leftover lepers. Other people call them, just melanin recessive versions of our original God self. So if that's the case,
nigga, what the fuck does that mean? I need a translator.
Then listen.
I need a conscious translator. What the fuck?
Then that means we can't judge every single person who has melanin recessive skin as being one who has the caveman psyche, because they don't.
The caveman what the? Okay, nigga.
Okay, first off,
shit, I'm confused.
Okay, let me put this in.
Let me Jeff, and then you.
Let me put this in niggalese for you.
I need niggalese.
Niggalese.
Okay.
I need
what
niggalese.
he's basically saying is that you remember the Polaroid? Remember I used to take the picture?
Yeah.
He's saying we the picture, they the part that rip off
The shit you throw away, the skin.
The different shit. So
Yeah.
they're not exactly
The negative.
like us, and you can't blame them all. And I'm not saying that you blame them all. Okay,
Right.
let's look at the world like houses on a block.
Right.
Okay, and the White House
Yes.
is a house.
Speak on it.
Yes, that stole wood from that house.
Hallelujah.
And glasses from this house.
Hold it, the Boko shot.
And then you stupid. I should have come in the Chevy. I should have come in the Cadillac. Thank you, Jesus. Then the land that the White House is on was stolen from the people next door.
Right.
Now, the people who live in the White House cannot figure out why there are protests in the grass, why people keep driving by throwing shit through the windows, because they didn't do anything. I didn't do nothing. I just live in this house. My granddaddy built the house. Well, goddammit, you owe us some glass and some fucking bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, your granddaddy stole so much shit that there's your White House, and in your backyard is enough shit to build 15 more fucking houses. You can keep your house. Give us some of that shit in your backyard. That's all we saying as a house if you were to put everybody on the block in houses. That's
Go,
legalese for what he said.
There it is. There it is.
It was a little long-winded, but it was niggalese. It was niggalese.
Go ahead, Harold. I'm gonna quote Dick Gregory. And he said, "White is not a color; it's an attitude." So it's that.
Wow.
It's that white oppressive attitude that I got a problem with. I'm gonna just say that, you know. And
Word. Veronica, you want to speak about the neurosis of whiteness?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. One of the things that Nachama, the brother, the sex energy worker, he's done sex energy work, just working with people and their energy flows. But he's done about 4,000 people, 4,000 or 5,000 people globally.
Right.
Right? And one of the things that he's worked with white folks and black folks, and one of the things that he talks about is that when you begin to move energy up the chakra column and begin to palpate energy in white folks, what comes up 9 times out of 10 times is white rage. That he's discovered, kind of scientifically, that inherent in their like sort of makeup is this rage. And so I think we have to look at the neurosis of white rage and then the counterpoint of like white fragility. So you're looking you can look right now at like what's happening in Princeton, Oregon, and the response to that, which is fundamentally a demonstration of white rage versus a response to Ferguson. You can look at this recent thing that came out that said that white folk, because they feel like they're losing status in the world, they're killing themselves, they're more alcoholic. They came up with a thing recently that said that they have more rage. Like, they're the ones that have all the privilege, yet they're the ones that are the angriest. And so I think you have to look at it not so much as a question of good and evil, but in terms of sane versus mentally ill. Because that neurosis, that insanity, that rage, when it feels like it's not on top, is what we are actually confronting. That's what we're up against.
Talk that talk.
See, you can't fuck with that. That's so real. Look. Listen. This is why I say don't fuck with black people who aspire to be like them. See, nobody really wants to, because you know what happens? It comes back to this one little fundamental question. This is the fundamental question that will cause a nigga to sell his soul in America.
Wow.
Who gonna pay your bills?
Yep, exactly.
All you gotta do is ask nigga how your bill's gonna get paid, and all reason is done.
Shuts down.
It shuts the fuck down. How your kid gonna get to school? What's up with your kid's medical? What about child care? What about child support? You start asking how nigga just gonna be able to live in a hovel. In a fucking hovel.
No, it's the way you snuck up on it.
Right?
That's all them nights.
Exactly. Nigga, you think you living good because you got an apartment? You think you living good because you got a mortgage? Do you see?
Come on, man.
If I put that on the table, you will sell me your freedom, along with your integrity.
Your liberty. You don't have freedom. Freedom.
All that shit. You'll sell whatever you don't have. You'll loan it out.
Yeah. You'll mortgage what you don't have.
You'll mortgage what you don't have. So you can, listen to this. So you can have the illusion of safety. So you don't even recognize that
So not
racism.
even actual safety, just the illusion.
Just the illusion of it.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know how good niggas feel to be able to pay their bills?
Yeah, they act like they're doing something.
It's like an orgasm. All my bills paid, nigga.
It's on time. It's on time. It's on time. Oh, God.
All my shit together.
Oh, that's
Right?
some real shit.
Relationships, nigga, get your shit together. In other words, capitulate.
I did a thing for the NAACP with my man. Shout out to Kevin Powell. And there's no love. I don't have any love for the NAACP, by the way.
Yeah, you
The
do.
real world Kevin Powell?
Yeah, real world Kevin Powell. Deep, deep brother. He said, we have no idea what a successful black man looks like. All we are when we are successful black men is bastardized ridicule versions of successful white men. You have no idea what it's like to kill the elephant that will feed the village. You have no idea. You have none of your customs.
Wow.
None of the things that your people looked at as successful black men
Right.
are you connected to right now.
Right.
None.
And just look at it. Just look how it's set up.
Amen.
I mean,
Amen.
just everything you do is validated by them at every level.
Yeah.
They say, well, Brother Zoe, what are you giving me in replace of this?
The Soul Train Awards.
I'm saying, no, I'm saying, dare to put yourself in harm's way by being original. Right?
There it is.
Look, see, Black Lives Matter. Sure. They're not going to matter to anybody until they matter to us first.
That's
Number
right.
one, right?
That's right.
So, Black Lives Matter just took the civil rights protests to the next level. They just showing up at random places and doing shit.
Exactly.
You want to impress me, niggas?
Stop killing each other.
Get some guns and take over a federal facility. Woo!
Do it like Oregon.
Come on, man.
Because here I've been saying this. There's two ways to end racism in America without a race war. Number one, niggas got to put themselves in harm's way. In other words, some of us got to get killed in the name of making them look bad. Are you going to do it? That's number one. Niggas, you say white people scared. Niggas is scared.
Oh, my
Yes.
God.
Okay? Niggas are afraid to do that. Afraid to lose the mortgage, afraid to lose the job, afraid to lose everything in the name of what's right. Everybody afraid to do that.
Now, ain't they the same ones that said that heaven is this wonderful place? Don't none of y'all want to go? Y'all don't want to go in the name of this
No,
shit?
but you have to die first.
Hey. Ain't nobody said nothing about dying, nigga. I ain't finna do that, nigga. What? Now wait, I got motherfucking kids to take care.
That's what it boils down to. You can't go to heaven unless
Dying?
you die first.
Nigga, you tripping.
Right.
I ain't gonna never die for no niggas. I got niggas in my family. I ain't dying for niggas. That's how we look at shit.
Yes.
Right? That's how we look at shit. So here's the other thing.
Not
Black people
understanding.
putting themselves in harm's way. Number one. For the name of a goal, a cause, a mission. LeBron James, I'm calling you out on this.
Yeah.
Not because you're responsible, but because you had a platform and the power. If you got the platform and the power,
Makes you responsible.
do it, brother. You're 31 years old. Happy birthday. You done made hundreds of millions of dollars. Don't come back out and say, Tamar Rice is too big for me. That case is too big for me. I don't really know. I haven't been paying attention. You should be paying attention. It's in Cleveland. It's in your town.
Vietnam wasn't too big for Ali, nigga.
Do you understand what I'm saying? and I'm not saying, and I'm not trying to bang on LeBron. I'm saying, LeBron, you could be today's Ali.
Yep.
But you got to sacrifice. That's one way. Black people got to sacrifice.
Much more at stake for him than it was for Ali.
And then I'm gonna say, again, it's not your job to throw yourself on the sword, but it does mark the kind of man you are if you do.
And if you don't.
But most aren't prepared to go that far.
But that right?
Because
but then number two, the second thing that will end racism in America without a race war.
The crash of the dollar.
There has to be more white people like Tim Wise and Jane Elliott who will renounce. I renounce my throne. Are you happy?
I am no longer the king of Zamunda.
I renounce white privilege. I renounce it. We've fucked niggas up. We've lived on the fat of the hog for too long. I renounce it.
Who gonna do that?
I disagree.
That's fine. That's fine.
I disagree.
I said without a race war.
No.
Give me another way. It's gonna be the doubt.
Without a race war, this magnificent utopian thing would have to happen. Is that black people would have to come together without any tangible, visible leader, and we don't know how to do that. It's always got to be some leader in place.
Even then,
well, that's because
even then that requires sacrifice.
But see, this is a black and a white thing here. What you're talking about is a black and white thing. Sloganeering. Niggas love slogans.
Right.
Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive. Change.
I am somebody.
I am somebody. You are somebody. We somebody. She somebody. Niggas. Hey, give me your money.
Yeah. And,
really know who
it don't
they are,
it don't seem good to do if it don't sound good to say.
Do you see?
Sloganeer.
So sloganeering is a big thing.
That's right.
And what people fail to realize is when you pledge allegiance to a slogan, right? Let's just remember what I'm. Ideas, Krishnamurti. It is conceptual thinking that keeps people separated. The concept of white, the concept of racism, the concept of black, right? Listen, when I say black, I don't mean just black people. We have to even take black and put it in its proper perspective. I mean the first humans. See, 'cause that takes it somewhere else a little bit, doesn't it?
Right.
Then if you say black, they go right to
Day name.
They go to Day Name. They go to Bedford-Stuyvesant. They go to Fort Greene, right? They go to Cabrini Green.
Yeah.
They go to Alton Park. They go to Oakland. They go to the hood.
They don't go to the beginning of art, history,
Right.
science, mathematics.
You got to take black and sit it somewhere and then come back and say, first people. Right? Your goddamn ancestral parents are still here, Whitey. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, there are some white people out there that respect that. Am I bullshitting?
No.
There's some white people out there that be like, I know who you are.
Yep.
You know exactly who you are.
I know what you're about, too.
Yep. There's two archaeologists. Zoe knows one. I've showed him the documentary Magical Egypt. This guy is John Anthony
Oh,
West.
that dude. Look up that fucking documentary.
That dude, he's lived in Egypt for about almost 40 years, and he don't give a shit about his color. And he just tells the fucking
What is it? What is it?
Oh, wait. Magical Egypt.
Magical Egypt. You can look at the whole series, all 8 of them on YouTube. There's
And wait.
8 parts to it.
And what about the other white boy?
I don't know who you're talking about. I'm talking about Grant Hancock.
Wait, that's that white boy. What about Gerald Massey?
Yes, Gerald Massey.
Remember Gerald Massey? Gerald Massey way back in what, 1800s?
Yes.
I think
he wrote Egypt, Light of the World.
I think what I'm about to do.
And let me hold on. Let me tell you what happened.
Yes, sir.
All the white archaeologists came for his head. Hey,
That's
nigga,
right.
you giving up too much information. He said, hey, I gotta reveal what's on the walls. I gotta tell the fucking truth.
right.
Is he evil?
Or David McRitchie, who wrote Ancient and Modern Britain.
Ancient and Modern Britain.
He told the whole story about the Moors inhabiting Europe, the whole world, actually.
What about the word Mac?
Yes.
Okay.
How that's an ancient word for more.
Mac.
So anybody with the last name with the word Mac,
McDonald,
or
McDougal,
yes.
McRitchie.
They're all just
they
all
up the
Moorish
Mac
names,
line.
yes.
Nigga, we was pimps way back then.
Ancient and modern. Look, the book is called Ancient and Modern Britain.
I'm gonna need about 45 seconds. Okay.
You gonna wait until people are finished though. It's 2016, and you doing what you did last year. You fucked up for that.
Let me get this last documentary out so people can know. This is Grant. The documentary is called Search for the Lost Civilizations by Graham Hancock. And it's about 2.5 hours, and about at the 1 hour and 35-minute mark, he starts to talk about the Olmecs. And he says that the reason that most Olmecs, or you don't hear about that in archaeology today, is because undoubtedly that they were black, and nobody in archaeology wants to deal with that.
Nobody wants to say nothing. You see the back of them fucking Olmec heads, and you see the braids tied in a knot.
Yes, he gets deep into that shit.
Search for the lost civilization.
Yeah, Search for the Lost Civilization.
I saw that one.
Okay, here's your 45 seconds.
Here's my 45 seconds.
We playing his music back on?
Okay. Here's a metaphor for what has to happen to help black people far more than white people, okay? And then these white people you have mentioned. White people cut down the trees to make this paper with the company that they own, that I have, that is my resource as a black man. Some white man owns this pen company. What I'm going to do is take 2 sheets of paper and a pen and give it to this black man next to me so he can stop writing all his shit on the paper plate. Then he not gonna, where the fuck you gonna file this at? How you gonna be riding down the street? You gonna need this. What you gonna look like when you go looking for them notes?
His minivan is a kitchen in it.
Put it on the paper plate. That's what we need to do. We need to stop ourselves from having to metaphorically write shit down on paper plates. If you got a pen, middle class black person, if you got paper, middle class black person, stop looking down on where somebody in your family come from. 15 more seconds. The Bushes, Jenna, and the Bush family don't know nobody that's broke. I promise you, this Thursday, the White House is going to get a can I get some money till payday loan, because everybody black is only one spot removed from somebody in hell. What you need to do is address the Obamas. Michelle from 79th and Vincennes in Chicago. I know right what the fuck that is.
Oh, damn.
All right, we got to take a quick break. You got another fucking rant in on us, but that's cool. I fuck with you.
Hey, I said to put the music on, man.
Zoe Up Morning Show 2016, the first show of the year. We turned up.
T Radio V.
What did you play opposite Andy, Eric? Do you remember?
Andy and I worked as 2 employees at a network.
Okay. Oh, you're forgetting the other thing.
I played a news anchor, and he played a reporter.
Okay, but the other thing you did, the thing you did on the Andy Dick show, who did you play to Andy?
Oh, is that going to play my sister?
You played his wife, Denise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played his wife.
Yeah. So what's wrong with that, Eliza?
Nothing's wrong with it.
He's got a great range as an actor.
Yeah, it just was funny.
Encounters with Eric and Eliza Roberts, Wednesdays from 2 to 4 p.m. on T Radio V.
Hey geeks, wake up! We got big news. I'm not gonna mumble this time. Geekscape, the long-running movie video game. Let me do one more. Hey geeks, we got big news! Geekscape, your favorite show about movies, video games, comics, and TV, is coming to T Radio V Monday, October 6th. And it'll be on every Monday from then on, 7 p.m. Until the apocalypse happens, we're all eaten by zombies.
Hello, T Radio V.
Hello for us.
Hi, guys. My name is Steve Ranazizi.
My name is Mary Elizabeth Ellis.
My name is Katie Aselton. You're watching TV on the radio, but you're not watching it, you're listening to it, because radio on TV.
Hi, T Radio V.
Keep that radio going inside that television set.
I love T Radio V. Trust her.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio in TV.
When it comes to race, we've overcome quite a lot in this country.
slavery, civil war, segregation. We've even elected a black man to the highest office in the land.
Change has come to America.
But as tempting as it might be to celebrate these things as signs that we've entered into a period of colorblind, post-racial harmony,
we have to admit that we're moving forward in this world and that race issues are moving to the periphery.
I think those problems are largely behind us.
the fact is, racial inequalities still exist.
Today, there are more African Americans in prison or jail on probation or parole than were enslaved in 1850, a decade before the Civil War began.
And racial bias still affects the way we view others.
I want you to check out this protester. See the sign he's waving there? That's the president made to look like an African witch doctor.
And when we fail to recognize that, we not only continue to do an injustice to people of color, we end up doing damage to white folks as well.
Yeah, guys.
Is this on Netflix?
Let's figure it out.
It might be.
White Like Me? No, it's on
White Like Me is
YouTube.
a new documentary from Tim Wise.
It's on
If
YouTube.
it's new, I doubt
It's on YouTube. Came out last year.
Last year, but it's relatively. We got motherfuckers like, and I think this sister is absolutely gorgeous. We got motherfuckers like Kelly Rowland.
Oh,
talking about
Here she
being.
is.
Can I say it? Jesus.
She is fine.
Oh, we on the air.
Fuck is going on?
You knew he was on the air. Why did your ass lean into the mic? Bust it. Go.
I'm just saying, Kelly Rowland, and I think I've always thought she was
Fine
as beautiful or more beautiful than Beyonce.
Yes, me too. Yep.
And to say something is, sometimes I just be feeling like they put dumb people in high places to keep the masses dumb, because the dumb people in high places are de facto professors of the masses. So to say, oh, my dark skin held me back, that isn't to say there isn't color bias in the industry.
She made it sound like it was a problem to be it.
But why not acknowledge not just your skin color, because obviously there are a lot of white women who think you're beautiful.
Angela Bassett.
But Angela Bassett, right?
Whoopi Goldberg.
So my thing is this, right? Juxtapose her with Whoopi Goldberg and say, well, how did
Alfred Woodard?
But wait, how did they succeed and you didn't?
Thank you.
Because I think what you're looking to blame something instead of acknowledging something. And maybe you should acknowledge that you're not a superstar. Beyonce's a superstar.
Right.
You are a backup.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, everybody can't be the star.
Right. Diana Ross was the darkest.
So my thing is, don't blame your skin color. You might want to blame your talent level.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. There it is.
And that would be more adult and grown of you to say, I'm not as talented. I ain't never heard you say that.
Olita Adams.
I didn't have the talent to be the front person, because we seen your solo shit, and it still ain't banging like that. I mean, it's cool. Oh, that's that Kelly Rowland song. Yeah. I can fuck to it, you know. Yeah.
I will slap the hell out of you. Did you just say I can fuck to her?
I'm just saying, you know, Negro elevator
That
music.
Dude, that's a character.
Like a ghetto hotel. This shit's playing in the elevator. Right? So I'm just saying, like, blame the talent. Because if you say you got the talent to do it, then I'm going to say, where's the work ethic?
Where's the drive?
Where's the drive? Because if you believe you got the talent, now it's all about picking great songs, great producers. Don't say you didn't have the cachet, because you did have access because your girl is Beyonce.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, maybe, I try to factor in everything. Maybe there's some little hate there. Beyonce ain't gonna give you all the resources she got. But maybe you could take the relationship that you got with her. People already know off top, that's Beyonce girl. They might give you their A track.
Ain't no producer that Kelly Rowland can't get 20 minutes with. And that's you hit the nail. You hit the nail right on the damn head.
So I'm just saying,
So it
like,
might be work ethic,
it's like when you say dumb shit, it adds to the national conversation. Now we got to waste time talking about some dumb shit you said.
Exactly.
Not knowing that you're a pawn in the game.
It's not working.
Speak on it.
But why talk about the dumb shit anyway? Why even have why waste the oxygen?
Shit, that's a great question.
Answer.
Why have VH1?
Answer. Because most people are stupid.
But
let's just be honest. Most people are stupid.
Okay, first off, you got to remember, stupid has an appetite.
3 letters. TMZ.
Go further.
See,
stupid hungry.
Here's the thing.
Got to feed that shit every 20 minutes.
If you were in a room full of professors speaking about physics and stuff that never studied and you don't know anything about, it's pointless because you don't understand it. The only thing is they can have a conversation about it, and that's as far as it goes. How is that any different from this?
Great. Hey, that's great. Before we answer, because it's going to turn into another conversation, look at you. Look at you.
Jumping at the
Look at
bit,
you.
Right?
This is what I got to do this. I got to do this. I have to do this. Wait. Hold on. I got to do this. I got to do this.
Because...
Wait. Veronica has white people resolutions for the new year.
White people resolution.
Veronica, come in here and tell us these white people resolutions for the new year. I'm sorry, I had to do this. VC!
People that want to be good white people.
Here we go.
A few New Year's resolutions. Okay? We ready? You ready, boys and girls? All right. So, cop to your fear, the fear of a black and brown planet. Cop to your greed. We know that you crave all the resources, but you're going to have to share. Cop to the false narrative, the lie that you tell yourself about the origins of everything. Cop to your behavior. Like, you care more about pets and animals than you care about melanated people, oftentimes. Cop to your dysfunction. Let's face it, every success that happens by melanated people is met with a violent reaction. Cop to your collusion. Yes, even good white people, because you know it's happening. You know that you benefit from it, so stop pretending that you don't. You would be respected if you had the courage to own the fact that more has been raped, robbed, and pillaged in your name than of any other thing on the planet. And finally, stop playing victim, because we don't want to hear any more white tears about all of the above.
Wow.
Can I give a stat?
That's ugly.
Tim Wise gave.
Give me the stat.
Tim Wise gave a stat in his documentary, "White Like Me." He said that they took a poll on with white people, and they asked them, "Do you believe that black people are discriminated against on some level in America?" And 6% of the white people said no. So.
No, black people are okay.
Yeah, black people
they
are
doing
okay.
good.
Now the other stat though, the other stat they took was how many white people believe that Elvis was alive. 12% of them believe that Elvis is alive. So twice as many people believe that Elvis is alive than believe that black people have a plight in America.
Joseph, make your statement before we go to our next segment. You forgot?
No,
It's
but
cool.
I think that sometimes it can be a waste of time.
Oh, no
in
question.
you saying, like, everyone talking about Kemet here. Now, I grew up with a trainer who was very spiritual and grew up on all the rest of that stuff, and he refers to himself as Aru and everyone else around him. But if you're not from that background, or you haven't been taught, or no one has taught you about it, you'll have nothing to understand from it. It will just seem like someone showing up in something that looks like a cross that isn't a cross, talking some pro-black stuff. That's what it sounds like to people that don't know. Now, how many of those people are willing to be educated?
Listen, you can't educate a comfortable nigga.
No.
Nope. Okay. You understand?
Nope.
If he has a job at a Fortune 500 company, that is a throw blanket, and that nigga is Linus. He is not getting rid of that.
No.
Okay, that's just what it is.
You trying to take Steven from Django and turn him into Nat Turner. That's not gonna happen.
It's not. All right, listen. We got to go to the final thought. Today's show was crazy, and I have some final thoughts to discuss.
I'm gonna eat this final piece of sweet potato.
As you should. So I'm gonna say this. I wrote a relationship book, and I think it's pretty good. And a lot of people have told me that I'm not being an asshole or arrogant because I think it's good. They actually think it's good too. So first and foremost, I'm thankful to everybody that, read it and gave me their feedback, and I appreciate that. But I gotta say this. I believe that relationships are at the crux of our inability to unite as a people. We did a show on organization, on how to organize and how to get together and how to build a framework for organization. But I believe our poor relationships with each other, men and women, is one of the key things that keeps us disaggregate. So with that said, any black man or black woman that looks like the establishment is not a motherfucker you should date or be with. I have to be real. I heard Bill Clinton say today, speaking for his wife Hillary, first time he came out to campaign for her, right? He said, everybody who goes into the office of the presidency has high hopes for what they gonna do. But that office changes you. I don't know if he was talking about Obama. Because one Leo to another, right? He said that office changes you. You go in thinking you're gonna do some shit, and then you come to terms with, this is what we want you to represent in front of the one-eyed devil, the camera. Right? I see a nigga representing the NAACP, I ain't fucking with him, because white people funded that. Yep. I see niggas fucking around with, and I'm sorry, I got to say this, wherever white money is, there's white agenda. There's white agenda with white money. Listen, if you go to a HBCU, more power to you. I love you. I love the tradition. I love the culture. But guess what? Why can't you do like the foreigners do? The Chinese, the Arabs, the Saudi Arabians. They come over here, get this great education, and then go home and do something with it. No, we just get comfortable with it. Now, let me tell you a little something about classism and racism. It's real simple. It's the Kobe Bryant metaphor to Isaiah Thomas. He said, listen, if you want to be a star in this league, you got to be a lion. And he says, the lion kills, goes after the shit it needs to survive. It kills for it. But on the lion's body is all types of termites and fleas and flies and shit all in its eyes. But none of those distractions deter it from killing what it needs to survive. Now that's a basketball metaphor for life, goddammit. When we organize around a central idea and sacrifice ourselves for the elevation of that idea, that's when we have political leverage. That's when the police brutality will stop. That's when we can form a militia and not be killed while trying to protest. These white people can protest because, hey, we don't suffer from the stereotypical shit y'all got going on. We don't suffer from these distractions. This is our system. We'll create our own system, but that'll put you in harm's way. If you're afraid of being in harm's way, then guess what's going to happen? The best way to survive in America is to be like white folk. Dude, The best way for a nigga to survive in America is get a great education, be like white folk, shut the fuck up, go get a house, get your white picket fence, and celebrate the 60 or 70 Christmases you got. This is what it is. It's my final thought. I love y'all to death. Welcome to 2016, bitches. We out. So, where can they find you, brother? Do you have social media people can connect with you, Heru?
Yeah, absolutely. Instagram is Heru Resurrected, so it's HRU Resurrected, and Facebook is Heru Sa Aset. There it is.
There it is. Please join the brother. Support the brother. Booty boxing.
Yeah, first you can get at me at YouTube channel, Real Nagas, REELNAGAS. That's the online video classroom. And also go ahead and get the online training that we just started this year. Go to 3bbootcamp.com, the number 3, B as in boy, bootcamp /BBB online.
You can find me on Facebook. It's Joseph I Train, which is I and Train. You can find me on Instagram. It's itrainium_red. And if you want to get to the AB class on the Sunday, it's at 12:45 at the Culver City Steps.
There it is. Jeff Brown!
Jeff Brown TV is my YouTube channel.
My nigga.
I am about to start throwing up all kind of ridiculous, everything from the deep shit all the way down to shit I thought up while I was high. But just Jeff Brown TV, goddamn.
Yeah, that shit's going to be crazy. I can tell you that right now. Tony Be Conscious!
Tony Be Conscious. You know how to reach me. Put Tony Be Conscious in Instagram. Underscores underneath the Tony in the Conscious. So Tony_B_Conscious. You know Conscious Enterprises or CONSCIOUSENT.com. Facebook, whatever. Holla at a brother. Peace.
Gun Diggittles. Hey, I am Zoe Williams at IamZoeWilliams.com. You got to go there to get your copy of the relationship dismount. Please continue to support Shepherd Sweets and all the other businesses that I promote on here, man. That's the only way for us to get any kind of leverage. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with another heater. Holla!
Holla! Peace.
To the ground and he choked on his own blood. Thought he knew what it was, but it wasn't, and all of a sudden he was completely surrounded by cops. Police discreetly collected video footage from all of the cameras along that block.
You are watching T Radio V, Radio in TV.